What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. So look, y'all, one of my homies from high school made a status, right? And we all from Chicago, Illinois, so we observed the same thing in this city. My boy Marquand said, shout out to Marquand. Marquand made a Facebook status that said, Durk got the city. I know a lot of you dudes don't like that, but Durk got the city right now. And he's 1,000% correct. Hate it or love it, Durk, he got the crib right now without question. Dude worked his ass off to get where he is today. He been putting in an abundance of work spanning over 10 years. And he's at the pinnacle of the rap game right now. And he's flying the flag for Chicago, Illinois. Now, whether you like the content of his music or not, whether you like some of the things that he does or says in his music or not, that's to be debated, right? I don't like every single thing that he says in the music either, regarding the dissing and so on and so forth, right? However, he got the crib right now. And a lot of people from Chicago, like Chicago, Illinois, I love my city, man, but it's full of haters. It's full of haters. We got a crab in a barrel ass mentality, especially when it's concerning individuals who have some type of street appeal to them, right? There's always somebody trying to find a chink in the armor to say you ain't really this and you ain't really that, to try to knock you down from what you're doing. They don't got no real direct beef with that man at all. Have no real direct beef with that man. I can see if Durk is into it with some of your family members, or he dissing one of your family members, or he dissing one of your hood or whatever. That's a whole nother thing, right? But I'm talking about people that have no street affiliations at all, trying to throw salt on Durk and mad at dude, and like people in the city mad at Durk, like hating on Shorty. When I'm telling y'all, I don't care what y'all say. If y'all ain't got no direct beef with that man, y'all should be happy for dude. Y'all should be happy that we have another artist out of the city that really grinded to the top and is at the pinnacle of the rap game from where Durk came from when he started rapping 18 years old in the city to be where he is right now at what, 29 years old. That's dope, man. Like, for real. And he's flying the flag for the crib right now. We ain't had an artist, I think, at this height since Kanye West, for real. Now, granted, Keith influenced the world. Chief Keef opened the floodgates, put a microscope on the drill movement in Chicago, Illinois. No matter how you feel about it or whatever, I understand people don't like the drill movement and the violence that it brought, and I understand that. I'm not with the violence that it brought at all either. However, Keith put the magnifying glass on the city. He influenced a whole generation, the whole world. I'm not going to lie. Without question, his influence is much bigger than Durk's. But Durk is bigger than what Keith was at Keith's height right now, currently. Durk just outsold Chris Brown with a deluxe. He just outsold Chris fucking Brown with a deluxe. That's big. Y'all can hate and say, oh, it's because of the label, this, that, and the third. Listen, man, y'all wouldn't have predicted that Shorty from Inglewood would have been at this level right now. A lot of y'all just upset because y'all wanted somebody else to be in that position, right? And we're going to have a discussion, man, because y'all know I love and support everybody from Chicago, Illinois. I love the crib I'm Chicago, Illinois to the bone gristle. If you cut my arm right now, 773 will fall out in blood. I'm that Chicago, right? I don't got no street affiliations in the city. I'm just a regular neutral dude that just live my life, that love music, love sports, and all of that, right? However, a lot of y'all really upset because a certain individual is not in that space. Certain individuals, right? A lot of y'all wanted King Louis to be in that spot. Love Louis, love the music that he produced for the city, loved a lot of the songs. But I could tell y'all right now, Louis wouldn't have gotten to the pinnacle that Durk is at right now. I'm sorry to say that. There's no hate on Louis. Louis didn't have the same appeal that Durk has to the public. Louis didn't have the same type of a sound that was gravitating to a lot of the world the same way that Durk's is. His sound is influential to the world, and people using his style with the melodies and the auto-tune and the singing about street stuff with using melodies to do it over auto-tune. That was something like that. People using that style and formula. Now, it was around before him, I would say. But Durk was the one from the drill movement who wasn't scared to do that and use that sound. That been his sound from day one, right? And a lot of y'all thought, oh, he sing too much. His ass sing. And I saw dudes in Chicago. His ass sing too much. His ass ain't on shit. He sing too much. That shit trash. He sing too much. Now the dude that y'all said was singing too much at the top of the game. And Durk's, he had an appeal because he was making music that a lot of people outside of Chicago, Illinois gravitated to. I saw it firsthand being in school in Mississippi, being in school in Arkansas, having homies from Georgia, having homies from Tennessee, having homies from California, from LA, right? Having homies from New York City that was fooling with Durk music heavy. And them same individuals from those regions was not fooling with Louis in the same way. Because Louis music just didn't have the same type of appeal and reach that Durk's had. It didn't. You know what I mean? And it's not Louis' fault. But it's just Durk just had a different appeal and a different audience, he had a different type of audience grabbing music that I saw. Like I told my homie back in the day, Durk was going to be the one to go the furthest. He's going to go further than all of them. I told him that in 2012 when Durk was like 19. I said his style is a style that is digestible to people who don't even like drill hood music because he's using melodies. He got a melodic tone. He's, you know what I mean? He's doing all those different things that make people listen. Because sometimes you might even forget this some street stuff he rapping about because he's singing it in a way he's harmonizing. And you know what I mean? With the auto-tune, so you thinking it's fan-friendly. For sure, but people in the city hating on dude. They don't like it. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all feel like somebody else is supposed to be there. Oh, he ain't on this and he ain't on that. Bro, what you worry about what he on for? You not even in the street. You not no street dude. Again, now if you a street dude and you into it with him, whatever, you have the right to feel however you want to feel about Durk and street antics or whatever. But non-street dudes hating on Shorty, again, y'all should be mad. Y'all should be glad somebody from the crib got as far as he came. And then when he came to the city, he brought out all of the popping artists. Okay, of course, not the ones he's into it with, of course. But he brought out all the other popping artists, you know what I'm saying, that he got something that he don't really got a relationship with like that at all. But he brought them out. As long as they weren't his opposition, he brought them out on stage at the United Center, right? Giving them a platform to elevate their status in a way. You know what I mean? So, you know, and people like, well, okay, he causing destruction with him. A lot of them doing the same thing with the destruction with the music, or they inciting certain violent stuff with the music. All of the rappers do that. All of them rapping about the same stuff for the most part, except the conscious crowd that we follow and love. All the street rappers doing the same thing. All of them, especially the young ones, they all dissing and doing all that in their songs. And I don't agree with it, but you can't pinpoint that just on him, right? A lot of y'all just hating. A lot of them hate. A lot of dudes in Chicago, they rather have love for somebody who almost could have made it than a dude that really made it. When you make it, they start looking at you funny and trying to find ways to nitpick at you and say you ain't this and you ain't that and yeah, but you didn't do this and you didn't do that. Once again, Durk is at a point that none of the other rappers that came out of the city that was not Kanye West, that they couldn't reach. I ain't talking about Kanye and Lupe and them. I'm talking about like, as far as like, not talking about lyrically. I'm talking about as far as appeal and worldwide appeal. Durk is on a level where only Kanye, he ain't past Kanye at all, whatever. But I mean, he got further than anybody outside of Kanye. And right now, he the it factor in music, man. And it's something that I think it should be saluted. If you watch Durk from I'm a Hitter, from Sneak Dissing, you know what I'm saying? If you watch Durk from them videos like that, from 2010 and 2011 to see now, to see his growth and all that, like that's a real dope thing, especially somebody from the crib like me. I'm Chicago, Illinois, South Side all day. You know, but too many dudes in the city, he get the most hate here from dudes that ain't even in no street shit. Just mad because, oh, it says Louis should have been there. Man, Louis, I'm sorry, man. Shout out to Louis, but Louis didn't reach that level. Because I remember asking the homies from different regions, some of the homies thought Louis was trash. Now, I didn't. But some of the other homies outside of Chicago thought it was trash. They couldn't relate to it. They couldn't vibe to the music the same way they could vibe to Durk's, right? Now, again, my opinion is different. I'm from Chicago. To live and die in Chicago, that was my joint. You know what I'm saying? All that till I meet Selena, you know what I mean? BON and all of that, that was the joints, right? We love that. However, I knew that it was a cap on Louis' style. It was only going to go so far. It was only probably going to stay within our region of the Midwest region and not expand across the world the way Durk's did. Now, people across the world were listening to Louis because the drill movement was so big, people were trying to find other artists to listen to after they discovered Chief Keef, Lil Reese, Durk, Fredo, SD. They were trying to find the other artists associated with those acts and see, damn, what's this? Who is this? Who is that? Who is that? And Durk was doing music with Louis Heavy when they was cool at the time, right? But y'all got to get over the fact that, he's singing. Y'all was mad. Y'all was saying he wasn't going to make it that far. That shit trash. That shit ass. And everybody doing the same thing he doing now. They listening to his music. He's doing big numbers. You know what I mean? So you gotta respect and salute that, because that's been nothing but hard work, right? Now I know they're gonna say, "Oh, if it wasn't for the Drake feature, cool." But what did Durk do after he got that Drake feature? He took the ball and ran with it, right? And he was still producing, making quality music before the Drake feature. It's just Drake put a different audience on Durk to make people stop and listen and say, "Hold on." And Durk had a short ass verse, but even people were stopping and listening, like, "Hold on, who is this dude? Let me see what he on." He took that momentum from that and took off. And he kept working, kept creating, and then boom. Now the man is blown up and he's everywhere. But Chicago gotta stop hating on that brother. Stop hating on your own. Don't hate on your own. If he ain't do nothing to your people, and he ain't dissing your people, and he ain't into it with your crowd or whatever, don't hate him. If you hate him for, oh, he's inciting violence, you need to be against every other rapper in Chicago that's in the drill movement. Every other rapper that's in the drill movement, because they all do the same thing. And if you on that type of time, you keep it equal with everybody, I can respect that. But if you just pinpoint Durk as the one inciting all the stuff, not recognizing all them do the same thing, then I ain't rocking with that. You know what I'm saying? But if he ain't dissing your people and you not against the rappers, you just strongly against the dissing and rap, you should be saluting and respecting Durk for how far he's came and what he's achieved in the rap game so far. That's Chicago, Illinois. Southside all day, 773. We out.